All right. Um, this video is going to be about really talking about my adverse. What did ICT call it? Adversities in trading, right? Um, so I'm creating a new channel. It's going to be my first ever video on this channel. And it's really kind of a channel, more of a channel for me to get out my journal, to get out my journaling and things like that, and how I feel. And like, this is basically a video journal. I know ICT talks about creating journals and stuff like that, and this is my journey, man. I've been trading for 2 years now, and um, over those 2 years, I have yet to get a payout. I was doing pretty well the first year, I would say, of this whole thing, and I got into a car accident and like a year ago, and I've been on this weird verge of trying to rush this because I was a UPS driver. I ended up switching my position just so I could trade. So I switched my positions. So I switched my position from a driver to a full-time insider working in the night shift. That way I could trade in the morning because this was my going to be my goal, was to end up going into trading. So mind you, I go from making I was making 30 an hour, and then this year I would have been making 40 an hour. So basically I was making anywhere between 80 to 90K a year. And my imagine you're making 80 to 90K a year, and okay, you're all right financially, not the best financially because you just started making that, and I'm just starting to, like paying off my debt, paying off all my credit card debt. I just did that, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get into this car accident. Mind you, we have moved to Chicago. We had decided to move to Chicago from Texas. Me and my fiance, or I call her my wife. But she's my fiance technically, and she's a teacher, and we had the goal of moving to Chicago. I sold my car. Okay, I sold my car the week prior to us getting into this car accident, because in Chicago you really only need one car. You don't need two cars. So I sold my car. With that money, I paid off the rest of my debt, and we saved half of it so we could get ready to move. Okay. Um, Bam, I'm on my way home from work, get into a very serious car accident. Guy runs a red light, hits me. And mind you, I already had prior like back issues from a work related injury in itself. And so this basically it, it, it basically hindered me from ever going back to work. It's been a year, and quite frankly, during the MRI, even though the MRI said like you're fine, but if you can, they found that I have osteoarthritis in my lower back with a cyst. So basically, doing the kind of work I was doing at UPS, continuously doing that would just aggravate my back more, and aggravate it more, and eventually it's just going to cause worse. So going back to the job is kind of pointless. So I'm in this lingo of trying to really figure out what to do next in my life. So I was like, okay, trading is going all right. All right. And but the issue with that is I start to rush it because now it's just my income, it's just my wife's income. She got a nice job here in Chicago, a teaching job, but she only makes about 75 to $80,000 a year, which is not, in Texas that would have been fine. Decent. You can live very comfortably. I mean, we're still living comfortably, but it's tight. Because we occurred debt because I had a lot of stuff coming up I could no longer pay for. I did get disability checks up until like September, and things just started to go haywire, and a lot of things just started to go haywire with trying to get long term disability with this, and I just been stuck So no more payments, no more nothing, no more income coming in from me. Debt and stuff that I had from, even though I paid off my credit card, I had to end up using it because we moved, and I didn't get to save the amount I wanted to save before I left work. And they were like, "Well, you were moving to Chicago anyway." I said, "Yeah, I was moving to like transfer jobs. Like that's my whole goal was to transfer jobs. So this is why I'm having a hard time with them." And, "Oh, well, you moved to Chicago." I was like, "Yeah, I was moving to Chicago to switch to transfer hubs, not to quit the job itself." So it's been difficult. It's been very difficult. It's just it's it's tough, man. So I've been rushing it. Mind you, I have a lot of childhood trauma I'm facing and trying to get over. I have borderline personality disorder. I have ADHD. Might have autism, suspected. So I'm dealing with childhood trauma in the sense of like sexual assault that continuously happen up until a certain age, and dealing with all those feelings, dealing with the feelings of my mom. She was a good mom, but she always kept me very tight. She didn't really she didn't really let me explore anything. So, and mind you, now I have autism and stuff like that. uh my mom just didn't, um it's just, I don't know, man. She just didn't really let me explore. Now I'm 29, by the way. She just really didn't let me explore, man. And I feel like I'm missing as a 29-year-old. I feel like I still feel like I'm a teenager at the times, in the sense of the grasp of like teenage, in the sense of learning like the adult world, or learning how to do things on my own. Um, in that sense, and it's been tough, really really tough, man. I attempted suicide twice this year. It's because I just feel like a complete failure, and I've been rushing it all this long. I just been rushing a lot, rushing, and I'm tired, man. I'm tired of rushing. I'm just so tired. Luckily, I have an amazing fiance, wife. And we came to the agreement that it's completely, she was like, what is, like, she was trying to figure out what's wrong. I was like, I feel like a failure. I'm supposed to take care of you. I'm supposed to contribute to the household. I can, like, I can't contribute to the household financially. Like, I'm just a failure. Like, I don't want you to take all these things on financially to take care of me. Like, and I know you would do it. And I was like, and I would do the same for you in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Like, I would die for you. I would breathe. Like, I would give you my last, man, my very last. I would go broke for anybody in my life. Anybody. I would go completely broke. I am completely broke, but I would give you, I would die for you. I would kill for you. I would go to the ends of the earth to make sure you have everything. And I feel right now, I can't do that financially. It's just like, and then she was telling me, like, girl, look at what you do at home. Okay, we don't have any kids, but look what you do. You take care of the household, you do all the chores, you do all this, you cook, you clean, take care of the pets. She's like, and my wife, she deals with a disorder to where it's just hard for her to clean. She doesn't see it in the way I could be a very clean person. My wife, she could let things go for a while, and she won't notice it. And it's like she's not doing it on purpose either. It's not because she's lazy or anything. It's just the way her brain operates with autism. And she has a little bit of physical capabilities that she can't deal with. Like, she's getting, as she gets older, it's starting to show up more. It is what we call hypermobility. And hold on, my pets are doing something crazy. It's called hypermobility, and her joints and stuff are basically not as intact as our joints is. So she like pops out her joints and bones pop out a lot, her ribs. She has a lot of like physical things going on. So it just makes her harder to do all the work. And she's like, you don't understand. Like, I don't know what I would do. It's like she's like, when you went out of town for that one time, I realized like I couldn't do it. Like I was just immobile. Like I needed you back home because I couldn't do everything that you do around the house. And I'm like, yeah, I know I do all that, but I still, I'm also supposed to provide for you financially. It's like, financially. She's like, it's okay. I'll do that part for now. We came to an agreement. She said, take your time. You can do Uber Eats, DoorDash, or whatever you need to do from time to time just to bring in an extra income. Just don't worry. She's like, I don't care if you don't ever go back to work. She's like, I need you here taking care of the house. So I was like, you don't understand. I was like, which is nice. That feels nice. Now knowing that I can take my time. So for the next 6 months, it's basically gonna be me paper trading, demo trading, and I'm gonna take you guys on the journey with me, paper trading, demo trading. Um, so yeah, this is probably gonna be the only video where I allow the comments to be open.